Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more Battlefield Waltz, going to start Tifa Let's Route. And I forgot, okay, some of you guys probably remembered, and maybe somebody reminded me at the end of Nikkei's route, but you haven't seen that yet. What about the common route save? The bad endings, right, I forgot about those. Because there's two bad endings for the common route that we saved for... We made saves for. I'm sorry. I'm trying to fix my hair under my microphone and my ear under my microphone, and it's driving me bonkers. Under my headset. Sorry. Hold on. It's driving me crazy, and I didn't notice it until I just started talking, and now it's gonna like. You ever have something that annoys you, and you're like trying to fix it, and you can't fix it, and then you're like, ah! It's just kind of like it's a mild version of the panic of when you get stuck in a shirt or a dress or something, trying something on and you can't get out and you're like, I'm gonna die in this! Yeah, it's a mild version of that. It's like, I just want to take my headset and throw it across the room, because like, just the way my hair was like stuck in the microphone, and then like my cartilage piercing, and I don't know, it's right now, it's still tweaking me out a little bit, but I'm gonna try to ignore it, because like, what the fuck? It's not my hair. My hair's nowhere near it, but it just feels weird, guys. I don't know. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, there are two, and now my guide is, remind me later. Just remind me later. Go away. Like, my tablet is trying to update to Windows 11, and it's like, I don't want you to update to Windows 11. Don't do it. It's not really even a tablet. It's a Microsoft Surface, so it's not even really a tablet, but it's like a cross between a tablet and a computer. It's a tabuter? A compulate? Anyway. I swear to God. I should just redo this whole thing, but whatever, we're here. So, we made two saves, common route saves, that had bad endings. One of them also it leads to Tifa Let's route. I forgot about them! I'm sure someone reminded me and remembered, but as you know, there was like a month in between when I was almost done with Nikkei's route and when we finished it, so you can forgive me for forgetting. I would have forgotten if it had only been a week or two, but yeah. Hopefully I remember to do those, after Tifa Let's route. Maybe we'll throw those endings in with his bad endings or whatever. So, whatever. Anyway, we're starting his route. We're going to choose Tifa Let. I don't remember what question we were being asked. Probably like, you have a... Because this is different than when Chalet asked us about a crush. But anyway, we're thinking about Tifa Let, so. Why did I think about Tifa Let? Because he's hot. Must be my imagination. Nothing more. I really don't have time for this. But it's no different, because like now it should probably put us into Tifa Let's route. Or not. Okay. Do we have... Yeah, okay, we're skipping red, so... Okay. Oh, right, okay. Maybe it was the exact same question. I can't remember the common route. I thought the common route for Nikkei and Tifa Let was basically similar, except for slightly different. It's the same, but slightly different, obviously. Oh my god. But I guess maybe Chalet did have that question. We just weren't allowed to choose them before we did certain routes, and other choices led to... I don't remember. I don't remember if in this version he asked us, like, oh, you got a crush on someone, and then we made a thing. But anyway, we're still having this confrontation with Gustav, because he kidnapped my mom and Nina and everything like that, so that's what's happening now, in case you're multitasking. Yeah, and then our boys come. The three boys. That's funny, right, because I remember thinking during Nikkei's route, like, maybe it'll be different, because I'm like, nope, it's the three OG boys. So, But Tifa Let wouldn't be here. Because whatever secrets he's... Well, that's actually true. I was like, Nikkei wouldn't be here because he sucks at battle. Well, he wouldn't be here because he doesn't want us to know he's actually really good. Because then that would, give away a lot of shit. That would ruin... he showed up afterward, but like, he wasn't part of the battle at any rate. But... keeping his cover. So, okay, now we're talking to the queen about stuff, and my mom's gonna stay there and be safe or some shit. Hey, Mephisto! We didn't see you a lot. in Nikkei's route, did we? We probably did, but again, that month-long break of not recording anything kind of, or like at least 3 weeks, kind of makes me forget everything. Tifalet's Chapter 6, Lonely Attention Seeker. This should be Tifalet's first route, so. Chapter 6, Tifalet. Yep, so here we go. It's going to take less time to play his than it did Nikkei's. See, the thing with Nikkei's is you have to go through the common route and make a lot of new choices. So, you know, it takes longer to play. I might have been able to finish it. But also I think his route did take a little bit longer than normal. But again, it could have been, how long did it take us to get through the common route on his? Was it just a full hour, or did we end up spending extra 2? Because I think his route was like 3 hours longer than everybody else's, but, you know. I could have finished it if we were going on a normal route and I didn't have to do the common route again. So, I don't know. Maybe. It was bad timing. I probably should have waited till I came back. But then I would have had nothing to do. Anyway. Hey, did you hear? Gustav got fired! Why are you surprised? After what he did, I thought he'd face harsher punishment. This is, again, the same conversation we have every time. Yeah, Quincure is incredibly kind. The next day, everyone was talking about Instructor Gustav. Every student glanced at me as they passed. He was beaten up by the cursed sword, right? That's awesome! I want one too! Since it was completely Gustav's fault, most students were sympathetic toward me. It shifted their perception of me. I hope things quiet down soon. I mean, I think it's really only that scene, but it's like literally the same one every time. I feel like they could have kind of put that at the end of chapter 5 and then, you know, and then we transition to chapter 6 where it's different, you know? I don't know. That night, I went to the backyard to pick the lunaria flowers. There, I saw someone I rarely bumped into. Tifalet, because why is he here? Oh, it's Instructor Mia. That makes more sense. She didn't look like she was out for a walk, waiting for anyone in particular, or looking for someone. But unlike her usual emotionless expression during class, there was a sort of sorrow coming from her. Is she in love with Tifalet? Because that's going to be fucking weird. Hello. I was about to avoid the area, but she noticed me before I could leave. Doing your task with the lunaria flowers? Yes, that's right. I kind of forgot her voice a little because she hasn't been around in a while. But also, I only have... It's funny, I only have so many lady voices. But I feel like she's got a more serene voice. I definitely don't have those. I appreciate that. I don't want her to sound like... I don't want to try to do a sexy voice. I can't do one. I don't want her to sound like Ignis. She didn't pursue the matter further, so I simply bowed and left. There are more flowers blooming today. I looked around before picking them. Even flowers that bloomed with magic didn't open up in the same quantity each day. On some days there were fewer, and it seemed to me that neither the temperature nor the rain really affected it. Hi there. Hello, Hotness. I missed you. Where have you been? See, I complained. I was like, where have you been? And here he is. I love him. He might have been in the beginning of Nikkei's route, but to be fair, it's been fucking forever since I played that, so. Oh. Of course she said oh. The oh is really the ungodly scream of this route. Ungodly scream in Olympia Soiree, where it was just that flashback constantly, every other line, and now that's oh. I wondered why I bumped into so many people today. I pick flowers a few times a week, but I barely saw anyone here. Good evening. I'm sorry about what happened with Gustav. I kind of forget his voice, too, because he hasn't been around in a while, but... It's fine. I placed the flowers into the basket. Speaking of which, he did save me when Instructor Gustav was harassing me. I thought I should apologize to you. Why's that? Do you remember when I warned Gustav right here? What I said then might have pushed him further into a corner, and I regret it. Maybe. That's unrelated. I feel like if what he said, but I feel like maybe, but I don't want to blame him at the same time. You know what I mean? No, that's unrelated. Good for us. Because I'm like, maybe, but maybe that's the wrong answer at the same time. I don't think that's related to it. Is that so? But from what the instructor said to me in the forest, I think he was very biased. I'm not sure if I would call that an ambitious attitude, but I'm sure he had his own ideals in mind. I see. I'm not trying to defend him. That man's ideals, He squinted his heterochromic eyes. Heterochromatic. No, heterochromic. Heterochromic. Heterochromic? Is that how you would say if you had heterochromic? Huh. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's a new version of that word. It's a new conjugation of heterochromia that I've never heard before. Anyway, and smiled at me. But it's a wish not worth granting. Son of a bitch. I do not understand why I could sit here for like 2 minutes and listen to the music and it's fine, and then 5 minutes in, all of a sudden it's like, never mind. I don't get it. Is it this game? I feel like it's this game. But it's not the game's fault. It's like, I don't think we've ever had janky music before. Like, oh my god, anyway. I remembered when Mephisto warned the instructor. I was certain that he was smiling back then. He wasn't glaring or threatening, but I felt this chill down my spine. Mephisto can threaten me any fucking time he wants. Okay? And, like, I am all in for however he wants to punish me. I mean, run it by my husband Sarazar first, though. Okay? You've got to just remember, like, just within reason, boys. Either one of them could punish me and I'd be totally fine with it. Like, whatever. Lock me up in a cage. Hi, willingly. They'd be like, I'm going to put you in a cage. All you had to do was ask. You went through this whole ruse to kidnap me and lure me into the cage. All you had to be was like, be in this cage and like, be my prisoner forever. And I would have been like, all right. That's all I have to do. Rent free. Like, cool. Can my bird come too? Like, oh, can you just take all the stuff from my house? And like, cause like, I'm going to miss my stuff. Like, really? So I don't have to go to work anymore? You're gonna pay for everything? Yeah, okay. Alright. Can I play all the Atome games and, like, whatever that I want? Yeah, okay. I won't even say anything on my YouTube channel about, like, the fact that I am kidnapped and in a cage, because I don't want anyone to come rescue me. That's the life we all want. You're like, you want a hot man to kidnap me so I have no more responsibilities and I just, that's it? Okay, alright. Deal. In this economy? Fuck yeah. Also, even in the world that this game is set in, okay. You want to lock me in a castle, Sarazar, and buy me pretty things? Yeah, okay. Like, do I look stupid? Of course I'm going to say yes. It's insane. Maybe he hates Instructor Gustav. Who doesn't? To be honest, I wouldn't say I like the instructor either. Leonidas is the only one who's allowed to be as much of a dick as he is and get away with it, and we're like, yeah, but like we kind of like him anyway. And then, after sacrificing himself, we love the man. Okay? But like Gustav, no, he was just a twat to be a twat. Leonidas is kind of being a little bit of a twat because he cares about Posh. There's a difference, you know? Either way, I'm glad you're all right. Thank you. Since you started picking the flowers, the Lunaria seems to be doing very well. Doing well? In contrast to his earlier cold expression, he said something so peaceful that it made me want to laugh. Oh, he said something so peaceful. That made me want to laugh. It's 2 sentences. Okay. Was that funny to you? No, I'm sorry. Perhaps it likes you. You mean the tree? I suppose you can take it that way. That's wonderful. Why would I say that's scary? Like, when she said the tree, I thought she was going to be like, yeah, like trees can like people. Hey! 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 You don't know that plants don't have feelings. Do you know? You don't know. And they will sit there and tell me that my bird doesn't love me, but that's bullshit. I know he does. So it better be that's wonderful. Yeah, okay, good. If so, that's wonderful. Really? You don't find that off-putting? Well, I think it's nice to be appreciated by the flowers. I see. That is a very feminine opinion. By the way, will you be maintaining that distant attitude towards me forever? You want me to get closer to you? I'm sorry, are we dating Tifalet or are we dating Mephisto? Because both is good. I know everyone was like, both? Yes. I mean, they won't let me have Mephisto. They won't let me have King Sarazar. But, like, right now, why is Mephisto flirting with me? Because you can't tease me like this game. I make the rules here, okay? The rules are you don't show me a hot character and go, this is a hot character you can't have. You know why? Because he's your brother. Pony it up. All right, bet. Let's see if I'm going to freak out because I'm going to bang my brother. Or, yeah, no, but you can't do that. You can't tell me that I'm going to be freaked out about it unless you pony up and let me bang him. And then I might go, oh my god, why? But we know that didn't happen. So that earlier game that didn't pony up my brother, needs to go back, rewrite itself, and let me bang my brother. You don't tempt me like that. At least we had one game that gave me my brother. Listen. So you can't have Mephisto flirt with me if you're not going to pony it up and let me date him. Because, like, hello? Yes. Yes. The man's fabulous. Have you seen his outfit? Look at his... I imagine that coat is a nice purple velvet coat like Willy Wonka's. I always wanted a purple velvet coat. And I blame... Was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was the original version of it with Gene Wilder, right? That man's purple velvet coat. I was like, I want that. That might be where my Top Hat obsession came from. I don't know. I don't even like that movie that much. Gene Wilder is a gem, though. And that purple velvet coat sold it. It's like, God damn, that coat's amazing. I always wanted one. With tails on it? A coat with tails? God. Listen, your bitch loves a blazer and a jacket and fancy coats and velvet. If it's over the top, I'm here for it. But, like, look at his whole outfit. Look at his whole vibe. The heterochromia, the mystery, the bedazzled. He's wearing a ring and a bracelet. He's got his little collar brooch going on there. I meant the pin on his lapel pin. He's also got his little ascot pin going on. He's just fabulous. This man is fabulous. Put glasses on him, though. Put glasses on everyone. Oh my god, anyway. Huh? I'm not an instructor, so there's no need to be so formal. So we can make out now? Is that what you're saying? We're never getting through this route, especially if Mephisto's around. But you are still my elder. Don't say that. And then take this as an order from your elder. Like, okay. Like he's trying to order me around. Sir, that's so hot. I'd like to know you better and for us to be closer. And there's also the matter of the cursed sword. And don't worry, I'm not trying to hit on you. That's unfortunate. You crushed my dreams. Oh, you're like, oh. I wish she had said, oh. Really? This was the perfect time for an oh, so I could be like, oh. Well, that's that. The next time we meet, talk to me as if we're best friends. Huh? Mephisto smiled suggestively and then walked away. You're not hitting on me, but you're going to smile suggestively? He's as unpredictable as ever. But he's not the only one who's unpredictable. Boyfriend! Good evening. Oh, hi. You could just leave it there. Sure. Oh, I heard. Heard what? Well, you almost got killed. You're like, the ... is an appropriate response. It's like, yep, thanks. You're welcome. I'm sorry. I'm not sure how to answer this. I couldn't tell if he was worried or just interested in the matter. I'm not trying to be like Mephisto, but I wonder if I'd be able to read his expression if I knew him better. Who told you that?
Chalet. He knows everything around here.
How much do you know?
I heard you were lured by a fake letter, and some Nirvana students saved you.
Hey! Hey! Yes! They helped a lot. But, like, I also did some saving of myself. I was not completely irrelevant to this plan here. That's correct. Hey, give ourselves some credit. I smiled bitterly. I assumed that Chalet heard about it from a student. Abel and the others were being treated as heroes, so there must have been rumors spreading in the cafeteria and taverns. It's like you were saved by some of them. Yeah, but also, like, the cursed sword came out and I did kick a little ass. You know, would I have been able to do it all on my own? Fuck no. Fuck no. We needed them as assistants. And, but I did some lifting. I helped. I helped a little. I carried the cushions on that couch. Okay? May not have been able to lift the whole damn couch myself.
Anyway, I'm glad you're safe.
I didn't expect him to show concern, but in the next instant...
If you died, I would have trouble getting the Lunaria flowers delivered again.
Sir? That's such a douchey thing to say. And I am so fucking into it. Oh my god, if you were wearing glasses, hotter. But like, I like them when they're cold and aloof. We know this. So you're like, I'm so glad you're not dead. And you're like, really? And he's like, because otherwise how would I get my flowers? And you're like, oh, you stabbed me in the heart and you twisted it, but I like it. God, I like it when you hurt me.
Oh, sorry. Did I upset you?
A little bit, but I'm into it. No. I like it. I just want her to say some of this shit. She's never going to. Nobody's as fucked up as I am. If I were in these games, literally, he'd be like, oh, did I bother you? He'd be like, no, I like it. He'd be like, what? And he'd be like, no, I like it when you hurt me. Be ruder to me. God damn it, put on glasses, pin me against a wall, and tell me how much you hate me. Oh, it's only gonna make me want you more. And then I would be asked to never come back to Tifalet's shop ever again. Okay, I wouldn't say it out loud. I'd say it in my head, though. I say it out loud to you guys, but we're just living in her head, so it's fine. I was more shocked than upset. I knew he wasn't being mean. His personality was just like that.
Sorry, getting Lunaria flowers regularly is almost a life or death matter for me. I need to make medicine to live, you know. And I remember telling you that I don't like dealing with the flower myself.
I know. I'm really not mad. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Hold on, back it the fuck up. Getting Lunaria flowers is almost life or death for me. I need to make medicine to live. Now, okay, taken at face value, are we supposed to take this at face value? I need to make medicine to live because if I don't make the medicine in order to sell it, then I have nothing to sell. And if I don't sell the medicine, I don't have money to live and I'm going to die because I want a food to eat. You know what I mean? Like, I need the flowers in order to make the product that I sell to supplement my not dying of starvation. I need that money to live. We need money to live, okay? Okay, that's just a fact. So, that's the chain of events, and that's very normal and a normal statement to say. It's a matter of life or death because if I don't make medicine, I don't have anything to sell, I don't make money, I can't afford food, I starve to death. Technically, life or death. But that's a very dramatic way of saying, albeit true, that normal circle of commerce, right? But I need to make medicine to live. Are you saying that because, again, it's the straightforward, I make medicine, I sell it, I get money, I buy food, I feed myself? Or is it like I need to make medicine with the Lunaria flowers that I sell, but I also consume it to live because if I don't take it, I would die? You know what I mean? Like, it's literally life or death. Like, if nobody delivers him the flowers, it's not like, I can sell other things or my livelihood's going to be impacted. It's literally I will die because he makes the medicine for himself. Because that's what it feels like to me. It feels a little more, I feel like we're supposed to take it at face value, like, okay, or maybe question it and be like, huh, interesting way of phrasing that. So that later when it comes out that, like, oh, he's got the medicine and oh my God, he could die if he doesn't take this, then, you know, then it'll be like, oh, remember when he said that was like a hint. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because we know he got so many fucking secrets. There's so many secrets going on here. First of all, they all have secrets, but they're getting more dramatic as they go. So, like, this is going to be very dramatic. And I wouldn't put it past them to be like, he's going to die. Because he's old. We don't know how old he is, but he could be very old. You know what I mean? So.
What, are you just shocked? You're so honest.
Tifalet,
speaking of which, there was a knight who went insane and died after being possessed by the cursed sword.
like, thanks for bringing that up. I wondered why he suddenly said that. It started to irritate me.
Yet people still want it so much.
I think it's because they want power.
Probably. But it looks to me like you don't want it.
He was unexpectedly sharp. He didn't seem to know anything about me, but he actually did and asked those poignant questions.
Aren't you scared of fighting with that?
I don't know how much you know about the cursed sword, but I can't just remove it at my own will.
I know that. But you don't have to fight, do you?
Like, well, then Wilhelm yells at me and he's kind of mean.
Or you threatened to do so?
I'm not. I chose to do this. Also, Wilhelm will yell at me and it's not really a threat, but, like, he gets really whiny and annoying. So, you know, he's just gonna pop out more and yell at me more and annoy me, so that's why I do it.
And you're prepared to die for that.
Tifalet,
Sorry, I'm not trying to make you angry.
It's very interesting that he's asking us these questions.
I mean, of course you aren't prepared. Unlike you, I want to disappear as soon as possible.
Tifalet! That cry sounded much harsher than I thought it would. It made me feel a little guilty. Of course, that's true, though. I forgot about his, like, I want to disappear and get out of here thing. So why would you want to make medicine that saves your life if you're just hoping to peace out? You know what I mean? Like, Wilhelm also kind of has that, like, he's like, I want to fight, and blah, 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 and then he's like, well, actually, my life's kind of coming to an end, but it'll be nice to be free. So, like, understandable. So Tifalet's probably got something similar, you know, like, I'm assuming, because, like, we had those conversations with him, I think, in the very beginning of the Common Route, where, like, the queen seems to know him, and he's like, yeah, I don't know why, and, like, whatever, and it's like, we know she's been around for a while, and it's probably because of the magic, whatnot, so, like, it makes it sound like, oh, yeah, you think he's like, oh, he's probably 20, and he's like, maybe, like, 220, you know what I mean? So, like, maybe he's like, I'm sick of living in this world because I've been here forever, and again, I think we had the same conversation. If not, I mean, it's whatever. You think, like, oh, being immortal would be so much fun. After a while, it would get boring as fuck. You'd be like, I have done everything. I'm so bored. Like, you know? Like, yes, on one hand, in a normal life, you're like, man, I wish I had more time to do more things and, like, blah, blah, blah. And especially because as you get older, things get harder to do. You know what I mean? Like, and you have more adult responsibilities, so it's harder to just pick up and go wherever you want. We're not all fucking billionaires where we can just jet set and do whatever and not give a fuck. We have real jobs and you have to save, so you don't get to go everywhere you'd like to go. You can't go to every place in the world. You know what I mean? And then at some point you're like, my body hurts. I can't even walk up the damn stairs anymore. I say that as someone who sat there like yesterday, like my hip hurt so bad. I was like, I'm getting so fucking old. My hip hurts. Great. Awesome. I'm not that old, but apparently my hip's gonna go. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And like, or like, oh, I want to do all these things, and then you get arthritis. Like, you just your body starts to fail you once you hit a certain age. So like, if before that started to happen, you were just like young forever, you'd be like, yay, look at all the things I could do. But after a while, you're like, I've done all the things. Can I just grow old now? And like, you know, because like, yes, if our youth lasted longer, stretched a little bit longer, but it's like your old age that lasts long. Because, like, you're like, oh, people can live to be 130 someday. Well, yeah, but if you think about it, at 80, you're starting to fall apart and everything. And some people start to fall apart in their 60s and 70s. And you want half of your life to be while you're old and falling apart? Because it's not like if you live to be 130, they extend your, like, physical beings so that, like, 30, 40, 50, 60 is now, like, the new 20s. You get a little bit more. Like, the quality of life is a little bit better where people aren't, like, dropping dead at 30. Well, in masses. But, like, but it's not so much better that, like, oh, well, it's a little bit better because, like, now people at, 65 aren't falling apart the way they were at 55, but it's not a matter of, like, exponential. It's, like, it's a few years difference. And, like, you'd much rather, if you had extra time, have it when you're an adult, that it has adult money, and adult smarts, but isn't to the point where you were like, my whole body hurts and I'm so old that everything's falling apart and I can't enjoy going places and doing things. You know what I mean? So, like, you'd get bored as fuck after a while, you know? And I feel like that's where Tifalet is. But if that's where he is, then the whole, like, I make medicine to stay alive doesn't make sense because he wants to get out. So then that just sounds like I need money to keep my business alive. But then again, why would he be concerned about getting the flowers and staying alive? Because he doesn't want to stay around anymore. His story's going to be very interesting. So I'm very confused as to the kind of juxtaposition we have going of him being like, I need the flowers in order to survive, however he means it, and I'm kind of bored with this because I'd like to not be around anymore. Then why do you care about the flowers and surviving, sir? Those two statements seem to be at odds, but maybe they'll make sense, or the writers didn't think about this. I don't know. Anyway. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm not mad. Besides, I want to die soon.
Yeah, so this is what he said earlier, so it doesn't make sense on the I need the flowers to live. He did say that before. I'm sure he means no harm, but...
Sorry, I didn't think you'd react like that.
Tifalet...
As you know, I don't think this world is worth living for, so I want to vanish as soon as I can. I thought maybe you felt the same and chose to fight to end your life sooner. And if so, I was simply curious about which one of us would disappear first.
He is a very weird man. Intriguing. Look, Tifalet, I have no right to scold you, but please don't say that.
Huh?
My father died trying to protect the village. I don't think he had any regrets, but I was sad when I heard about him. You're not a soldier, so you might have different thoughts about it. But in this world, there are people who can't live, even if they want to. It's not good to take life for granted. That's very valid. Your family would also...
I have no such thing.
I regretted my words once again. But of course it was too late to take them back. See, the thing, like, him being the whole, like, I want to leave this world as soon as possible, blah, 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 is going to be kind of, like, lovely, because then he's got no reason to stick around, but then us, we're the reason to stick around. He's going to fall in love with us, and now you're my family, and now I want to stay for you. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. Yeah, that's exactly, I mean, you knew exactly where that was going to go, when he started his whole spiel in the common route, so... I'm sorry, but it's going to be us getting to know him, getting and feeling for him, and then he's still going to want to leave because he's like, yeah, well, she doesn't want to get involved with me, and it's going to be this weird misunderstanding that we're finally going to get past our love, and then he's going to stay, and oh my God, we're going to sob into each other's arms because he never had a reason to live, but now he does. The end. That's Tifalet's route. So, okay. Anyway, I'll see you guys next. Hope you enjoyed this. Let's go to Wilhelm. No, I'm not. I'm not skipping Tifalet's red. I like Tifalet, so.
Don't worry about it. I didn't say it to make you apologize. I'm sure Chalet's right. Being a mage makes you think differently from normal people. Maybe I was overwhelmed by it.
So that's what he meant by overwhelmed. I was about to sigh, but stopped myself. He wasn't a bad person. At least, I thought he wasn't. Anyway, you shouldn't say you want to die or vanish, okay? You'll freak people out.
Really? When I say it to customers, they say they sympathize and offer to die with me.
The women, because it's because you're hot and they're willing to, like, double suicide with you, and I think that's fucked up. All right, I give up. I don't think I can convince Tifalet. Anyway, I told you what I thought. I'll see you later.
Good night.
What's with that innocent smile? Like, really? When I say I want to die, women offer to go with me. I'm pretty sure your customers are women because they're all in love with you. Because remember, they all throw themselves at him. Isn't that how we met him as like a woman? No, but I love you. Daddy, I love him. Oh, brother. Ooh, is he your brother? Shh, let's pretend. And let's pretend he's got glasses. I glared at the door to Tifalet's shop. I was convinced that my sense of logic couldn't do anything about him. Suddenly, I remembered the shop owner from 2 buildings down. All right. You mean Chalet? Aren't we like besties already? They say that as if we don't know who he is. Like, suddenly I remembered the shop owner from 2 shops down, and you're like, as if it's a random person instead of, you know what? Suddenly I thought I need to go talk to Chalet. Like, they do it so weirdly. Again, as if, like, in the common route for every other route, we haven't been talking to Chalet like he's besties. You know? Chalet? Oh my! What brought you here tonight? Can you tell off Tifalet for me? Tell off what? Look at his face, he's so adorable. I explained to him what happened earlier. He's always like that. Don't worry too much about him. But I don't think he should... Well, you certainly have more common sense. Does he really tell everyone that? As far as I know, yes. But I'm sure he was surprised. About what? There were tons of women who offered to die with him, but none of them tried to reproach him like you did. Really? I couldn't stop from sounding suspicious, because, I mean, okay, I get it. Like, see, this is also what makes us stand out, right? He's always like, I want to die. Oh my god, I'll go with you. Oh, and he's like, yeah, okay. But we're like, what the fuck? Dumb ass. Slap him across the face. How dare you? And he's like, wait. She's different. I'm not like other girls. Which, in this case, is, you know, a good thing. Because the other girls are willing to jump off a cliff with him. And that's... Don't do that! That's just stupid! He says he wants to die every now and then, but he never takes action. Maybe he just wants someone to notice him. You know what? Isn't that what the title of the chapter was? What's it called again? Hold on. What's it called again? I just want to save. Yes, I do. Oh, I hit no. What's the title of the chapter again? Lonely Attention Seeker. You know what? Okay. He's just... I feel like he probably is, like... Maybe... I still think maybe he's older than he's, like, looks. Like, maybe because the magic keeps him alive longer, so maybe he is bored. But maybe he is just exactly what Chalet's saying. That's still funny, too. I'm sorry, what? He's a lonely attention seeker. I didn't have to save. He literally said the title right here. Okay. So funny. Lonely. Attention seeker? I thought about those words on my way back. With that attitude, I knew that this was a diverse world. It wasn't hard to find someone who had a completely different way of thinking, but... Oh. Some doodles on the cobblestone road caught my eye. It was the same pattern I saw during the game with the magic circle. It's funny, like, I get her being like, he's a lonely attention seeker. It's like, but there's women throwing themselves at him all the time. He's getting a lot of attention. But it's not maybe quite the attention that he wants. Because there is a difference between getting attention as somebody actually, like, caring about you and who you are as a person and interested in you and, like, what makes you tick, and all the women who throw themselves at him who are like, he's so beautiful, and just literally think that you're just two-dimensional. I mean, he really is two-dimensional, but you know what I mean? Like, he's so pretty. Legit why we fall in love with the characters from when we look at the game cases and we're like, this one and this one are my hotnesses. I love them. And then you get to know them and you're like, yeah, no, I still love them. I love him even more now. And there's other ones you're like, you know what, he might be trash, but I love him anyway. And you love them anyway because of them. But at least you get to know them because we play the games. There's a difference with games that we never get to play, or you just see the art and you're like, that guy's hot. That's exactly what they're doing to Tifalet. That one's hot. I don't care about getting to know him. We care about getting to know them because that's why we play these games. But so, like, he's getting attention, but it's not, you know, and you think I just want attention. I'm getting attention, but it's not the attention. No. I want them to actually care about me, who I really am, not just giving me attention. You know? You know what I mean. Anyway. The children in town sure do love playing with that. I know. Things should have calmed down for Mark by now. I should go see him tomorrow. Transitions. They're transitioning. I swear I heard it again last night. No, you didn't. You're just hearing things. Seriously, get used to it already. Oh, is it the whining in the catacombs? Is that? Yeah, probably the underground stuff. Mephisto said himself that it was the wind. You're telling me that the wind groans? Maybe it was Mia down there crying. Yeah, it does in your imagination. Looks like they were told the same thing. Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. But we went to see it with our own eyes and confirmed there was nothing there. Oh, did we do that in the common route? I guess we did. Mephisto told us that it was just the sound of the wind, just like he did to them. But this rumor never seemed to fade away. Still, I don't feel like going back there to explore again. Also, if you know it's the catacombs and it's like where people are buried, you don't think that, like, I heard moaning and sounds or whatever. You don't think that maybe someone's down there mourning the loss of someone that they know? Like, that's what people do in cemeteries and or mausoleums. They go to mourn their loved ones and they sometimes cry about it. So, like, you know, sometimes we don't even go those places. Sometimes we just sit on our couch and have a drink for them and cry about it. Like, so, like, it's so stupid if they know what's down there. Like, oh yeah, it's basically where we bury people. So you don't think that the moaning and groaning sounds you hear are like, ooh, lamented wails? First of all, there's probably ghosts, so they're probably lamenting their deaths because they died in battle, so that can't be fun. So of course they're going to groan and shake their chains. And then on the off chance that it's someone alive down there, they're probably crying because they really cared about someone that died. So, or maybe they're just sad and they want to go someplace to cry, and at least if someone finds them there, they can be, I'm just sad about death, and not because Timmy broke up with them. Okay? So maybe just let the ghosts wail and the humans wail and just let people cry, goddammit. What the fuck, Judgy McJudgerson students? These students are asses. But they're boys, so they're kind of stupid. So, you know. It's just like fucking Lustin. Well, you're picking those flowers. That's really a girly thing to do. Girls like flowers, Lustin. Learn to pick them, okay? You know how hot you'd look picking these flowers? Really fucking hot. Sound of the wind, huh? I stifle that yawn. After classes ended, I went to visit Mark. I think Salon said he was around here. Hey, big sis. Mark! Luckily, Mark saw me and came running over from the warehouse district. Glad I found you. How have you been?
Good. I've gotten used to this place. At least I think I have. There's still lots to learn, but everyone's so kind here.
That's great. Did you make any new friends?
I'm good friends with Salon.
Oh, Salon. He's a great person, but what about kids your age?
No.
Oh. I started to get worried when I heard that. Then Mark said something unexpected.
I'm actually 34 years old. I'm just trapped in a child's body. Because all the kids in this town play this weird game.
Oh, okay. Because we mentioned the weird game and then she just saw it again. So I was wondering if it was going to start playing a part. Like if it was going to okay, in Tifalet's Red, we're going to find out about this demon game. And is Tifalet a demon? Oh my god, are you a demon? Because that's kind of hot. Demons are totally in this season. First of all, if we hadn't ever watched Black Butler or anything, I get it. Maybe we wouldn't have already been like, demons are hot. Hello. I would summon a demon butler if he looked like that. You know what I mean? Absolutely sell my soul for that. But also K-pop Demon Hunters exists and demons are hot right now. So it's totally fine. I love the fact that my favorite thing is about 50% of my Instagram feed is K-pop Demon Hunters references. People doing things to the songs or whatever. And I'm like, this is the energy I live for. That's all I want to see as I scroll through. Is the songs popping up because people are doing dances to it or making animations or dressing up their dogs as the Saja Boys for fucking Halloween. Yes, give it to me. That's what I want. Someone putting a hat on their cat to looks like the little demon costumes. And I need to do it for my bird. He will not wear hats. It's disappointing, but still. Anyway. You mean the Magic Circle game?
Yeah, that. This is a little kid's game.
Oh, Mark. His attitude in trying to act grown up was so cute that I couldn't help but laugh.
I'm an adult, so I wouldn't play that.
See, he's 34 in a child's body. I see. But not everyone plays it. I hope you find a friend that's more your age.
I don't need one. I'm good friends with Salon and the boss.
Don't say that. I have to go back to the academy, but I'll come see you again.
Yeah, see you again.
Or there was,
yay, see you again. I'm totally an adult. You should date me.
No way, Mark. Mark waved at me wildly while running off. Waved at me wildly? Mark tripped over a crack in the cobblestone and fell down. Only dumbass kids fall down, loser! I'm just kidding. Everybody trips. Mark, you're bleeding. Oh no, we need to get that disinfected.
Oh.
At that moment, I suddenly remembered when Queen Kiora healed my wound. What should I do? It's not a bad injury, but Mark works as a bearer, so we must get this...
Stay still, young man. That won't take long.
Huh? Oh, we gotta... Oh, Tifalet CG! Look at that. Oh, hello, beautiful. Tifalet knelt in front of Mark. He held up his hand and chanted something, creating a beautiful light.
Wow.
The wound healed up in no time. Tifalet.
Wow, it's magic! It's magic! It's the first time I've seen it! That'll heal up completely in a bit.
I was surprised when I saw how gentle Tifalet looked when he said that. I couldn't believe that this was the same person who always talked about wanting to die or being bored of this world.
It's all healed. Wow, you healed me with magic! That's nothing special.
Considering okay, it wouldn't be anything special if everybody had magic and you just had this kind of magic, but there's a bunch of people that are healed. But this is special. Because not everybody has magic in this world.
Yes, it is! Wow. Magic.
Mark was so excited, looking back and forth between his healed knee and Tifalet. Thank you, Tifalet.
You're very welcome. By the way, I see your little brother or something. I often see him around here.
No, he's not. Mark fled here from the east.
You
You know, and I was just wondering, I'm like, does Tifalet have the same? No, his eyes are like a golden color. I wonder if Tifalet fled here from the east too, because he's instead of like, oh, okay, that's interesting information. He's like, shit, you know?
She saved me in the forest with her friends. So that's what happened.
But he feels like a little brother to me, so thank you for healing him.
Being thanked by you feels quite nice.
Should we kiss now?
Don't worry, I'm not gonna charge you or anything. But Mark, I make a living with fortune-telling, medicines, and also treatment with magic. In other words, if people find out I treated you for free, it'd make it difficult for me to make a living. So this is a secret among the three of us.
Tifalet squinted playfully and placed his hand on Mark's head.
Got it. I mean, I understand. I won't tell anyone about this.
It's so funny that you have to say that, and like I get it, but it's also kind of like, well, okay, so if you tripped and fell and hurt yourself and there was an EMT or something there who like popped out and whipped out their bandages and bandaged up your knee or whatever and was like, oh, okay, cool, wrapped it up for you or did whatever, they wouldn't be like, okay, well, now you got to go to the hospital and charge you. And then like, but then when they're doing their job later, people would be like, well, you give that person like medical stuff for free band-aids and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody would say that. But I guess it's because in most cases, like, if you fell and hurt yourself, you'd be like, oh, put a Band-Aid on it or take you to a clinic or something. Like, if it's really deep or something to get cleaned out. But, like, you know what I mean? And then you'd be paying the clinic fee. But, like, and I guess because Tifalet used magic to fully heal it, not like I put a Band-Aid on it, so it's slightly different. But it is just kind of funny because you're like, but if somebody needed a sling and a doctor whipped out and made a sling and put it on them, I wouldn't be like, the next time if I saw that doctor, I wouldn't be like, well, you gave that guy a sling for free. I should get a sling for free. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? A kid injured himself on the street. Suck it up, Buttercup. You're paying him to heal your wound. Like, and deal with the scratch on your knee. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems so weird. But I do get it. Did I read that last line? I have no idea. But it just seems funny.
That's a good boy. I run that shop with the gold and green sign. If you fall and get hurt again, come see me anytime. You're someone dear to my acquaintance, so that makes you a valued client.
You're someone dear to my acquaintance. Well, we're an acquaintance now. So sexy.
I'll be fine. I'll be careful not to fall again. Yeah, that'd be for the best. I have to go back, so I'll see you later.
Tifalet smiled and walked off. Thank him one more time or see him off. Those are both good options. Like, okay, bye. But like, thank you again. I feel like thanking him again's a little bit better. Yeah, okay. Because otherwise, see him off is just like, okay, bye. And this is like, thank you again. Tifalet.
Do you still need something? I don't see a single wound on you, though.
Thank you for healing, Mark.
How many times are you going to say thanks?
As many times as I need to get in your pants. That worked, though, so.
Come see me if you trip and fall. Bye now. Mages are so cool!
Their skills are amazing for sure. Weren't there any mages in Romua?
I've heard about them, but there weren't any in my village.
Yeah, it was the same in my village, too. They'd sometimes visit us, but none of them lived there.
Speaking of which, the queen of this country is a mage too, right?
Yes, she is. I've actually met her a few times. She's very beautiful and kind.
There are so many mages here.
Mark's gaze was full of excitement and longing as he looked at the castle. Mark, I need to go back now, but be careful not to trip again.
Yeah, thanks for coming to see me.
I'll come again. After seeing Mark off, I turned back to Tifalet's shop after taking a few steps forward. He was already inside. It was a bit unexpected. He talked about wanting to die, being bored of this world, and not wanting to be tied down. Despite that, he was looking at Mark so tenderly. I felt an inexplicable bashfulness as I made my way back to Nirvana. You're like, 'cause, Tifalet, it's so beautiful. He really is. But okay, so I think we're at time because I had to stop to fix the music. So I think we're here. So, like, what else? But anyway, I'm going to wrap this part up here. Transitions before we cut it off. There we go. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.